Fear. It's something that everything on Earth experiences to some degree. Everything with consciousness and advanced emotions has a concept of fear. But why? What does Orionism say about fear? According to Orionism, fear isn't simply an emotion. No, fear is a protective measure. Fear is what causes us not to make stupid choices. For example, jumping off of a cliff is not a good choice to make. But what else? That's a very scientific outlook. Is there anything else that Orionism says about fear? Well, yes, quite a lot actually. Did you know that in Orionism, fear is actually a power? If you can overcome fear with logic, then you are more powerful than anything around you. At least, on the basis of fear. You see, fear is a consequence of the will to power, the will to exist, very much based on Friedrich Nietzsche. The idea that the will of existence to be is strong. Fear keeps us here. Fear makes us be. So, do we have to remove fear? No. But we can transform it. Turn fear into passion. But how do you do that? Well, let's say that you are very afraid of death. Study death. Study the way people have died. Yes, some things may be gruesome, but you also hear stories of people who have seen things in the afterlife. And stories of people who have contacted spirits. Now, whether or not these are true, that's up to you. You need to decide for yourself what you believe. But the truth is that that's what it's all about. Fear and belief are two sides of the same spectrum. Fear and the will. The will to be, the belief that you are. It is what drives you. This has always been a thing about religion. It doesn't matter which religion is right or wrong. Many religions inspire people to be. Maybe even in a particular way with certain rules. But in the end, the purpose is still to be. Shakespeare once said to be or not to be. That is the question. But in Orionism we say to be or not to be is not a question, but a choice. You have to choose to be. If you are afraid of losing things, then ask yourself, why are you afraid of losing things? Really? Why are you afraid? What would happen if you died today? If you lost everything? Imagine that there's no afterlife. Well, you would still be everything that you were during the period that you existed. You don't like not existing anymore? Well, you technically still exist, just not in that moment. Everything that ever happened is still happening, but it's happening before or after. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. That's what Orionism says. Do not be afraid, but don't be afraid to fear. If you can avoid fear, that's great. But don't suppress it. Change it into passion. Change fear into belief, into bravery.